Hey guys, my name is Olga and welcome back to my channel. And today we are gonna try new, beautiful and trending palette from Charlotte Tilbury, Beautifying Eye Trends Super Neutral. You're gonna see swatches, 3 eye looks and wear test, of course. And as well, I took this beauty from Charlotte and I'm gonna film a dedicated video with a review if you are interested. So take a seat and let's start. First look, and today I want to do a kind of a smudge twin, and we are gonna try. Let's try slightly gray story or no? No, today we are gonna mix gray and brown. Actually, we have quite many matte shadows here, and I'm impressed by these beautiful toppers. They look so stunning, and that's great. Okay, I'm gonna do a mix, and I will try probably these actually four matte eyeshadows, and I don't know about this one. Maybe let's try this one instead of this one. I'm gonna do smoky eyes using matte eyeshadows. Oh, sorry, gray eyeshadows. And today, our star for today is gonna be a mix probably of these two, but I haven't decided yet. Maybe I will add only one topper and kind of, yeah. Let's go. As a crease shade, I will use this one. It's a little bit gray. It's a kind of a mix of brown and gray, and it should be quite nice, especially if you have gold undertone. So guys, let's go and let's start from probably from this crease shade, or maybe I will mix it with something else. Wow, it's not dusty. Unexpected. Grabbing on the brush, and let's start from the crease. On this side, I don't have any shadow primer. On this side, I'm gonna have one. And let's go. Pigmented, definitely quite pigmented. Blending the shade and moving it a little bit out. Easy to work, quite easy to work. It's pigmented. It's kind of creamy, blendable, and looks great. Now let's try probably this one. Starting from mid, and gonna add it to the outer corner, right here. Nice, it's pigmented as well, and it's cool tone. This gray undertone. Moving and creating a kind of a base for my wing. Maybe I should add a little bit more in the outer corner, right here. Let's try the darkest shade for today, and this one, and grabbing it on a flat small brush, and gonna draw a kind of a wing using this shade, and gonna blend this shade into the previous ones, adding a little bit more, blending, adding, blending. Mega. Now let's try some toppers, and I'm gonna start probably from this shade. Lovely. It's just a topper. It's creamy, soft, and it looks stunning. Honestly. Starting from the center. Wow, it reminds me Patrick Ta a little bit. Yep. Kind of similar. I'm gonna have 3 look, so just simply using one topper per look. Great. In the inner corner, let's add this beauty, the lighter shade from the palette, adding it right here, and blend in the shade. Moving to the lower lid, and I'm gonna simply add this shade on the lower lid. Closer to the outer corner, we'll add a bit more. Well, probably I will. I don't know yet. So blending. And blending the edge, of course. Back to the darker shade I used today. Adding it near the lash line right here. And a little bit adding to the outer corner on the lower lid, but just a little bit. Near lash line, especially between the lashes, adding black eyeliner. Black pencil from Maybelline. In the waterline, adding a kind of a neutral champagne shade. Finished look. And I like this palette and I like the quality. Let me tell you what I'm wearing on lips. Lip liner from Natasha Denona in shade Natasha, lipstick from L'Oreal in shade 102, and a lip gloss from Charlotte in shade, of course, Pillow Talk. I am impressed. It was so easy to work with this palette, and this topper, it looks so stunning and yummy. It reminds me Patrick Ta. And yeah, that's great. That's great. And we have 3 shimmers here. 3 shimmers in this beautiful formula. It's more like a topper, actually. Talking about matte eyeshadows, they're not really that creamy, but it's not a basic formula from Charlotte. It's something different, and I like it. I like it. It was easy to work with these matte eyeshadows. They are blendable, you can easily layer them, they look stunning on eyelid, they are pigmented and they are not dusty at all. Shimmers. This palette is cool tone, the only thing, this shade, it's warm. Yeah, it's the only warm shade from the palette, but yes, it's warm. It looks like something neutral in the palette, but in real life, it's a little bit peachy, and I'm not against it. And actually, it's great having something, at least something warm in as a part of a cool tone look. Talking about other shades, I tried cool tone, a mix of gray with a bit of brown, with a bit of beige. Beautiful, amazing shade, a beautiful shade for cool tone girls, because it's a nice crease shade for cool tone girls. This shade is a little bit cool tone as well, dark brown with gray undertone, and this one is neutral. And you know, it's even a little bit like cool tone olive, a little bit, but more neutral. Yes, it's definitely yes, but the packaging, it looks cheap. It looks extremely cheap, but the quality is amazing. I like it. I like this palette. And yeah, I will definitely do 2 more looks using this palette. Great. Okay, let me show you eye look closely, and we will see each other in the evening. I have my makeup on around 12 hours, and now it's time to check everything. On this side, I've used an eyeshadow primer. On this side, I haven't used anything. And shimmers, first of all, they fall off a little bit, but they do. And yes, they can crease. Right here, it's visible, still not bad for 12 hours, but you should know about it. On this side, everything looks perfectly, but still I do have some shimmers right here. Not a lot, but there are some. Talking about matte eyeshadows, they are perfect. They're perfect, they look great, and I don't have any issues. Well, yes, they can crease a little bit. Right here there is something, but in my case actually it's expected, especially if I don't use any eyeshadow primers, any other primers. So yeah, I'm impressed actually. I'm impressed by the quality, and the color story is also quite nice and unique for Charlotte, because Charlotte and cool tone eyeshadows, it's something like unexpected, let's say it this way. Second look, and today we're gonna do smoky eyes, gray one. We're gonna try these 2 gray eyeshadows and as well this beauty. And for blending everything into skin, I'm gonna use, of course, this shade, and I think that this shade is gonna be used quite often if we talk about this palette. And let's go. And we are gonna start from medium shade. This one I'm gonna use near the lash lines, and at least that's the plan. Let's go. This gray shade has blue undertone, and probably because of this I'm gonna use blue eyeliner in the waterline. At least I think so. Let's go, starting from the center right here and adding the shade till the crease probably. And of course I'm going to apply it on the lower lid, in the outer corner, everywhere. It's our main shade for today. And it doesn't look that patchy, honestly. That's great. Changing the brush, grabbing a smaller one and adding the shade in the outer corner, right here, and of course on the lower lid as well. Changing the brush, changing the shade, time to use this one. And I'm gonna blend our gray shade using this shade. I'm gonna use this shade for blending everything into skin. So for now, blending the edge, because I shouldn't have any harsh lines right here. So just simply blending this area and mixing these two together. It's doable because this shade that I'm currently using contains gray. And at the same time, you can use it for blending into skin because it contains brown. Changing the brush and again grabbing the same shade. And now I should blend this area. Moving, blending for not having lines right here. And moving the shade a little bit out. In the inner corner, I'm gonna add the lighter shade from the palette. Adding it right here. And blending to the other shades. Time to add eyeliner. I'm gonna start from the upper lid and I'm adding this shade currently near the lash line and of course blending the shade right here. And in the waterline, I want to add the blue eyeliner. It's from Gosh, shade Crazy Blue. Adding it. And applying it a little bit near lash line as well. And as usual, blending edges and moving the shade between the lashes. And of course, we are not done. Time to try the darker shade from the palette. Grabbing it on a small brush, and probably I need a smaller one. Let's start from the smaller one. Adding the shade near lash line and blending it to the previous one. Carefully applying it right here because I don't want to apply a lot. It's like dark gray, but the shade is quite interesting, and I would say it's not that easy to find this shade. And finally, let's try this beautiful topper. Applying a little bit above the crease as well. Finished look, and it's like rockin' style. I like it. And honestly, I'm a big fan of smokies, and I like this color story. I don't wear it often, yeah, but sometimes, occasionally, I like it. I'm impressed. I think that this palette is a great one. It's so easy to work with it. Color story is quite nice and all shades work nicely together. The only thing, The only thing, and it's related directly to this eye look, I do prefer for this look having something more cool tone in the inner corner, because currently it looks like not really finished. And that's great that we have at least one warm shade in this palette. In case you want to add a bit of warmness, that's great. But for this look, I would prefer having something more cool tone. And yeah, these gray shades, they are lovely. Oh yeah, I like it. And the shimmers, is so great. Oh, honestly, I'm impressed. I'm impressed. I like the quality, first of all. I like that all shades work nicely together. You can combine, you can create whatever you want, and that's great. We haven't tried only one topper from this palette, and that's why we are gonna have one more extra look. Lovely. Let me tell you what I'm wearing on lips. A lip liner from Louise in shade Luscious Love, and a lip gloss from Charlotte Tilbury in shade Pillow Talk, of course. I like it. Yeah, impressed, lovely. Great. Now I'm gonna show you I look closely, and we will see each other in the evening. I have my makeup on around 11 hours, and now it's time to check everything. On this side, I've used an eyeshadow primer. On this side, I haven't used it, and it's visible. It's visible, and eyeshadows creased, especially the topper. And I have a line right here, and I can't really tell you that it's like a little bit. No. It's definitely visible, and it's visible right here as well. At some point, in my case, it's expected, but you should know about it. That on this side, everything looks okay. Talking about fallout, I have some shimmers in the under area. Not a lot, but still I do have some. Time for a final look, and only one shade is left of this beautiful topper. And today I want to draw a wing, and probably I will blend the edge a little bit. And I will try again this particular shade because I'm not 100% sure about it. We will check it out one more time. I wanna use these two beige shades, I think so. Again, crease shade, no other options. This one I will add in the outer corner. And yeah, in the inner corner, same thing, we don't have a choice actually. So I'm gonna start from the darkest shade. I'm gonna use the small brush, a smaller one. Grabbing this beauty. On this side, again, I'm not gonna have anything. I mean, eyeshadow primers. And let's go, starting from the outer corner. Oh, with this brush, it appears even more pigmented. Well, that's expected. Blending this beauty. And moving the shade a little bit out till the crease. Changing the brush, changing the shade. Let's try this beauty again. And I'm gonna use it, of course, as a crease shade. Blend in the crease. What's left, blending out, mixing these two together. And blending the edge. Let's try this beautiful shimmer. Gonna apply it with a flat brush. Grabbing this beauty, and of course we're gonna start from the center. Starting from the center, what's left on my brush, moving in all directions. And of course applying above the crease. In the inner corner, adding the lighter shade from the palette. Starting from this part and blending. On the lower lid, adding the darker shade I used today, starting from the outer corner. And blending. Near the lash line, upper lash line, and between the lashes, adding black eyeliner, eye pencil, gel-based. in the waterline bronzing shade from Really. It's not available anymore. Drawing a wing, I'm gonna use eyeliner from Inglot 77. Starting from the outer part, connecting these two together. As you can see, I'm gonna have quite a long wings today. I don't really have much time for blending the edge, so blending the edge a little bit. At least trying. Because you can blend only when the product is not set. When it's set, useless. And this product dries down quickly. Fine, I'm gonna keep it as it is for now. Not perfect, but okay. And I'm gonna use the darkest gray shade for blending this edge and for setting it a little bit. No, that's okay. This shade is fine. I was wrong. And let's add a bit of light gray for blending the edge a bit more. Finished look. And I like it. I think that it looks great, and what I do like about this palette, it's so easy to work with it. It's so easy to work with it. It's so easy to blend these matte shadows and they look stunning. And I realized that I haven't told you yesterday that this shade is a little bit dry if we compare it to these two. These two have more or less the same formula. This appears to me a little bit drier, but I will check it out. Let me tell you what I'm wearing currently. On lips, lip liner from Essence in shade 10, warm brown, lipstick from Eveline Varieté in shade 4, and a lip gloss from Azam in shade Golden Star. And I'm impressed. And I think that I like this palette. I have one more, so we are gonna have one more review. And all looks I did, they are nice, they were nice, and I'm impressed. So let me tell you, let me show you. I look closely and we will see each other in the evening. Okay guys, I have my makeup on around 11 hours and it's time to check everything. On this side I haven't used an eyeshadow primer and eyeshadows creased. On this side I've used it and everything looks kind of perfect. I'm talking about shimmers. Today it looks a little bit better, but I still can see some glitters right here. Okay, so let's discuss everything. And we are gonna start our discussion from some basic information. This eyeshadow palette costs 60 euro and it's made in Italy. You can easily find it on sales and you can pay for it around 55 or 52 euro. Depends, of course. Here we have 9 grams and 9 eyeshadows. So each single refill weighs around 1 gram and actually it's not that bad. We have 3 toppers here and 6 matte eyeshadows here. And now it's time to talk about the quality. And I'm impressed, guys. I am impressed and I think that this eyeshadow palette is great. But I don't like the packaging and we will talk about it a little bit later. Back to the quality. We have beautiful matte eyeshadows here and they are made in the same formula. So it just is simply the same formula and nothing new. The quality is exactly the same. So we don't have any eyeshadows that kind of don't work other way. No, everything is okay. Eyeshadows are blendable. They are not dusty at all. They are quite creamy and it's super easy to work with these matte eyeshadows. You can easily blend all the shades together and they work nicely together. They don't stuck and you can easily layer them and they are super pigmented. Talking about these beautiful, beautiful toppers, unfortunately, everything is not that stable, and these two beauties are great. They are creamy, they are lovely. It's just simply toppers, so we don't have a visible base. But this shade is unfortunately is not that creamy, and it's a little bit flaky if we compare it to other beautiful shades. This formula is fooling you to Charlotte Tilbury, and I'm talking about this beautiful topper. If you wonder whether it's more or less the same as toppers from these limited editions from Charlotte, no, they aren't. No, they aren't. These toppers are drier, and they're not that bright, and they are not that shiny. If you wonder whether this topper, lovely topper, this formula is more or less the same as the one we have in this small palette, same thing, not exactly the same. And I do prefer these beautiful toppers. And of course, it reminds me, this formula reminds me some other nice toppers, and we are gonna talk about it a little bit later. And of course, we are gonna do swatches, and we are gonna compare this formula to some others. Spoiler, I'm impressed by this formula, and I think that it's great. The only thing that it can easily crease, and it's far better to apply it over something, over eyeshadow primers or over liquid eyeshadows that can dry down. Be careful that this topper can fall off a little bit, and you should take it into account as well, especially while applying these beautiful shades. If we talk about this matte formula, it's not the same if we compare it to these Christmas palettes from Charlotte Tilbury. This formula is quite creamy, lovely, not dusty as I've already told you, but this formula is more creamy if we compare these two. This one is a little bit kind of drier, but not from the bad point of view. It reminds me matte eyeshadows from these palettes from Charlotte Tilbury. I can't really guarantee that they're 100% the same, but yeah, this formula looks kind of similar to this formula of matte eyeshadows. If we compare these matte eyeshadows to basic eyeshadow palettes from Charlotte, I would say it's more no than yes. These matte eyeshadows are kind of a little bit dusty if we compare these two. And if you wonder whether this formula is the same as in such palettes, well, looks quite close, honestly. And as for me, this formula is more or less the same as in these palettes. I said something nice about this palette, now it's time to say something bad about this palette. The packaging. Guys, the packaging feels and looks super, super cheap. And for 60 euro, and while paying 60 euro, I expect having something better, at least something like this. And if we had this beauty in this packaging, I would be impressed and I would be super, super happy. But yeah, we have something like this, and it's a super affordable makeup brand from Poland, Eveline, and this eyeshadow palette costs 10, sometimes 13 euro. Look, the packagings, they look super, super similar. Maybe this one feels a little bit more heavy, but honestly, kind of almost identical. Just take a look. Just take a look. Yeah, okay, Charlotte maybe a little bit better, and I hope that it won't break within, let's say, a month or so, but I think that it's not nice paying that much and having this packaging. Color story, and this palette is a beautiful, neutral, cool tone palette, and mainly we have cool tone shades here, and we have only one shade that is warm. Time to discuss and to describe. We are gonna start from this beautiful topper. It's a great basic silver topper. Nothing to it. Reminds me, of course, Fenty Beauty and such highlighters. And it may look kind of similar on eyelid. This shade, it's a warm, light beige shade. You can easily use it in the inner corner, or you can, for instance, mix it with some other eyeshadows for updating, I would say, editing an art tone. For instance, if you don't want to have this shade that cool tone, you can, for instance, add a little bit of this shade, and this shade would appear a little bit more neutral, and that's great, actually. And for instance, if you don't want to see your eye look that gray and that cool tone, you can adjust it by using this beautiful shade, and I think that it makes sense having the shade here. This one, it's a basic, beautiful crease shade if you have cool undertone. By the way, this palette would work super nicely in case you have cool undertone. If you have neutral, may work as well. Even if you have warm undertone, I have more warm undertone, this palette may work in your case, but be careful because in your case, in case of warm undertone, you should do a look, because otherwise these gray eyeshadows may appear a little bit strange in your case. Back to this shade, it's amazing. It's a mix of gray and neutral brown. Mid-tone shade, basic, beautiful, one of the best shades from this palette, and it's quite unique and it's quite complicated. I've tried to find some similar shades, and of course I'm gonna show them to you, but it's not that easy to find them, being honest. Beautiful, beautiful, impressed, like it. This shade, dark gray, neutral dark gray with a bit of blue. So this shade is definitely a cool tone. We don't have anything pink here. It looks perfectly easy to work with it. As I already told you, it's easy to work with all the shadows from this palette. And you can easily combine it with this beautiful gray shade. Nothing to it, we don't have any undertones here. This shade actually looks a little bit warm because it's a little bit more like a bronze shade, dark bronze with a bit of gray. So yeah, from one side it looks cool tone, from the other side bronze shade in most of the cases might be a little bit warm. Interesting shade, like it, and we have extra silver glitters here, like it. This shade, cool tone, fully cool tone. It's darker than this one. This one is more mid-tone shade. This one is a dark shade, a mix of neutral, not even neutral, I would say, olive brown with gray. Beautiful, interesting shade. Definitely suggest for cool tone girls. It's amazing. Not that easy to find this shade. Honestly, it's quite unique and it's quite complicated, and I'm impressed and I'm happy that we have this beautiful shade here. Gray. Well, this shade is quite easy to find. It's a basic gray with the blue undertone. Maybe it wouldn't be exactly the same, but still you can find this shade time to time because it has more cool tone blue undertone. It works nicely and it works perfectly with this particular dark shade, and you can easily mix it and you can blend this shade using this beauty. As a reminder, you can't really blend the gray eyeshadows into skin. I mean, you should have something for blending the shade. It should be something with brown or pink, because if you try to blend the shade into skin, it would look kind of a little bit strange and a little bit white. And honestly, as a part of some daily looks and even as a part of event looks, it may not look that nicely. As a part of some creative looks, fine, great. But for real life, no, please use something in between, something with brown, beige, or pink undertone. Looks great, lovely. Neutral brown dot. You can easily find something similar. So actually this particular shade is not really that unique, but it looks lovely, and it seems to me that it contains a bit of olive. Maybe I'm wrong, but in my case, I think that personally I think that it has something olive in it. Beautiful neutral cool tone champagne. Interesting shade, like it, and it's the best shade for some daily looks, and it might be used in all the cases. Like the shade, and it contains extra silver glitters. And now it's time to do some swatches. We're gonna start our comparison from matte eyeshadows, and talking about this particular shade, honestly, you can easily find something similar, so that's why I decided not spending my time. We're gonna start from this beautiful and interesting shade, and quite unique shade. Of course, I found some similar shades, but honestly, they are not that the same. First palette to talk about is from Maria, and we have a beautiful kind of similar shade, but again, it's not exactly the same. It's not going to be exactly the same. Shade from Maria is more gray, and it's not that brown, just in case you wonder. The next shade is going to be from this beautiful palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills, Sultry. Yes, and actually we have several shades I swatched from this palette, and I think that this palette is a nice one for a cool tone girl. We have shade that is called Twig here, and actually it looks kind of similar to this particular shade from Charlotte Tilbury. Charlotte is more, I would say, darker and has a bit more brown undertone. But honestly, these two shades, they may look almost identical. If I'm not mistaken, I haven't even swatched the shade from this palette from Myra closely because it was like not identical, not the same, but right now I decided to show it to you. Next shade is going to be from this beautiful palette from Natasha Denona, of course. This beautiful dark crease shade. And these two, they look quite similar. And I think that as a part of some looks, same thing. They may look identical. I'm referring mainly to Sultry, Natasha Denona, and Charlotte Tilbury. And one more palette to show, and one more shade from this palette from, of course, from Color Pop. And here we have, sorry, it looks a little bit dirty after swatches, but still, here we have a nice shade. It's a little bit cool tone. It's not super identical, but it's a beautiful shade to try. This one looks more kind of closely to Maria, but just in case you wonder, I wanted to show it to you as well. Moving to this cool tone beauty, dark brown with gray undertone. I have only two shades to show. Not that many, but still as an option. The first one is going to be again from ColourPop, and here we have an interesting shade right here. It's brown with gray undertone. They don't look identical, but still kind of close. And in some cases, these two shades, they may look quite similar. One more shade is from this palette from Romand, and this time it's an exact match. Here we have a beautiful shade right here, and you know what? They look almost identical. Just take a look. Just take a look. Of course, in some cases, they may not really look that the same, but they are so similar. They are so close. I would say that even 90-95%. Dark gray. Unfortunately, I haven't found any similar shades, and in most of the cases, I have something more with a brown undertone or something more black, so that's why I'm not going to show you anything. The next shade is going to be this gray shade, and here I have quite many to show. As I've told you, this shade is not really that unique, and you can easily find something similar. Maybe it's not going to be a 100% match, but still. We are going to start from Natasha Denona and this beautiful palette, Xenon palette. We have a beautiful gray shade here. These two, they both have blue undertone, but the shade from Charlotte is darker, while the shade from Natasha is a little bit, not even a little bit, it's definitely lighter. The next shade is gonna be from Sultry, Anastasia Beverly Hills, and here we have a beautiful gray shade, Slate, and these two kind of not the same, honestly not the same, but in some cases they may look kind of similar. This shade has more neutral gray undertone, this one has a bit of brown. By the way, it's an interesting and quite unique shade. The next shade is going to be from Makeup by Maria, of course, this beautiful palette, and we have a beautiful gray shade here. but it's not really identical. And this gray shade, it's more, I would say, first of all, it's darker and it doesn't contain brown at all, while this shade contains a little bit, just a little bit of brown, but still. And of course, this beautiful palette from my beloved ColourPop, of course. By the way, ColourPop has one more beautiful cool tone palette, and it looks kind of similar to Makeup by Mario at some point. And if you wonder whether the shades are more or less the same or no, I'm gonna keep a link to a review for this palette down below, of course, in the description box. This shade looks kind of similar to this one. Maybe undertones are not exactly the same, but I would say 85%. And finally, our last matte shade from this palette, kind of neutral brown with a bit of olive. Something similar I found right here, Natasha Denona Glam palette. This shade, it's quite neutral. They're not identical, no, but yeah, kind of similar at some point. I would say that this one from Charlotte is a little bit darker. The next shade is going to be, of course, from Mario, and here we have as well quite neutral brown shade with a bit of olive as well. And these two, I think that they look kind of similar. And in some cases, depending on the look, they may look even identical. And one more palette, of course, Stone Cold from my beloved ColourPop. Of course, these eyeshadows, they are dusty, yep, but the color story is great. And if you're a cool tone girl, this palette is great. Yeah, sorry, it looks dirty currently, but I wanted to show it to you. And I did so many swatches recently using this palette, so I should clean it up a little bit. Take a look. As an option, why not? And finally, these beautiful toppers. We are going to do some swatches and we are going to discuss this formula more in details. I'm gonna show you this lightest silver shade from this palette, and something similar you can find right here. Natasha Denona Xenon palette, and here we have a beautiful formula, a beautiful topper from Natasha Denona. And actually, these two formulas, they are kind of similar at some point. Just take a look. And honestly, as an option as well, you can try, instead of this shade, use such highlight. I haven't filmed swatches closely, but just in case you wonder whether these formulas look kind of similar, they are. They are. Just take a look. This product from Charlotte, definitely brighter, and it's closer to Makeup by Mario and closer to Fenty Beauty, of course. But if you want to save a little bit, Catrice Diamond Haze. Formula is not the same. Catrice is more creamy and it's quite long-lasting. Rival Loves Me, it was limited edition. I just want to show you some swatches just for you to understand. As an option, why not? Of course, this product is going to be brighter than these three guys that are cheaper, but still you can save a little bit. This new formula from Charlotte reminds me quite many known products, and we are gonna do some swatches right now. I've already shown you this new formula from Natasha Denona that was released in 2024, if I'm not mistaken, and these two formulas, they are kind of similar but not exactly the same. I would say that this formula from Charlotte, it looks way brighter on eyelid and on swatches as well, but it's a little bit similar. The next one is gonna be, of course, Urban Decay Space Cowboy as an option. Of course, they are not identical, and I would say that Charlotte is still brighter, but in some cases, well, it might not be that noticeable. And this formula reminds me, and I think that these two products are super close to this new formula from Charlotte. This beauty from Patrick Ta, a review will be published soon. I've already edited a video with this product from Patrick, but I haven't posted yet. And I like this formula from Patrick, and I think that it's worth this money. And this formula is quite unique. From a formula from Charlotte is super close to this formula from Patrick. Patrick still is a little bit brighter, but as an option, why not? And of course, it's cheaper to buy this eyeshadow palette instead of buying these two eyeshadows from Patrick. One more option, this product from Bobbi Brown. And this product from Bobbi Brown, as for me, it looks kind of similar to this product from Patrick, but this formula from Patrick is more, I would say, modern, and it's more creamy, and it's a little bit even brighter. But as an option, why not? I wanted to show it to you as well. And more affordable option. Of course, this product from e.l.f., but it's not going to be that bright and that creamy as this product from Charlotte. This product from e.l.f. is nice, but I don't agree that it's a kind of a dupe to all these formulas. Now, guys, it's not really a dupe to all these formulas, because in order to have more or less the same result, you have to layer this product quite a lot. But as an option, why not? If you want to save a little bit, I can definitely get it. Yeah, why not? Take a look. Of course, it doesn't look that bright as all these beautiful shimmers. And one more option, Makeup by Mara, and his beautiful palettes. These palettes. Here we have quite nice toppers, and these toppers, of course, they remind me of this new formula from Charlotte. Are they the same? Honestly, not really. And as for me, I think that this new formula from Charlotte, as I already told you, is super close to these two guys. And as an option, instead of having these two guys, you can take this palette from Charlotte. And I think it's going to be a nice deal. And of course, just in case if you wonder, Fenty Beauty, let me do one more swatch. I haven't filmed it closely, but right now, why not showing it to you? So if you want to be a bright, shiny girl, you know, you know where you can find nice glitters, nice toppers. My top, I like all of them. I like all of them. I'm not gonna tell you top 3, top 5. They are all great, and they are a little bit different. To sum up, I'm impressed. I think that this product from Charlotte is nice, and it was so easy to work with this palette. It was so easy to blend all these eyeshadows, and this palette from the quality point of view is great. I'm looking forward trying another one. And by the way, here we have one more interesting formula. We have some metallics here, and by the way, here we have only 2 matte eyeshadows, 3, 4 toppers, and 3 metallics. So we are gonna try this beauty quite soon. If you're a cool tone girl, I think that this palette is definitely yours, and you're gonna use it daily. The color story is amazing. The quality is amazing. The packaging, guys, we've already discussed it. The packaging is horrible, of course. If you wanna try something similar, and if you wonder about the same color story, well, I've shown you all palette I have, and I think that the closest would be probably this one from ColourPop. If you want to have a beautiful cool tone neutral palette, try this palette from ColourPop if you want to save a little bit. And as an option, you can find and you can buy some beautiful toppers. One more interesting option to try if you're a cool tone girl, this palette from Romand. I've tried it recently. A review hasn't published yet. Will be published, but this palette is great. It's super creamy, it's super soft, it's so easy to work with it. Of course, it's not that pigmented as this product from Charlotte, but as an option, why not? This palette costs around 23 euro. This palette costs 60 euro. One more option and well-known option is this palette from Natasha Denona Glam. If you're a cool tone girl, this palette is definitely yours. Same here, Makeup by Mara. And as an option, you can try a new palette from Anastasia Sulfur. I have an old version, and as I have an old one, I decided not buy a new one. But if you're a cool tone girl, I think that all this palette would work nicely in your case. So yes, I can definitely suggest you this palette, and from the quality point of view, I don't have any questions. This palette is great and I'm impressed. I like it. I think that I will definitely use this palette. Like it, definitely. Let me know down below what you think about these new palettes from Charlotte. Do you like them or no? And are you gonna buy any palettes or no? I hope you enjoyed this video, and if yes, don't forget to put a thumbs up and of course consider subscribing. I wish you a pleasant day and I hope to see you soon in the next video. Ciao, ciao!